I'm going to start now with showing you a little bit some of my garden and what I do. So here is usually where I grow my corn and my potatoes. Okay, as you see here on the ground, I put about anywhere 5, 6, 7 inches, whatever, of leaves in the fall, and I leave them just sit here all winter. So, and this is what it looks like. I've been canning for almost 40 years, really into it full time for the last 6 years. I raise about 80% of my food out here just on 2 acres. So what I'd like to do is to start from the beginning of spring here to show you my garden, how I start this all. In the fall, I lay down probably about 12 inches of leaves all through the garden. And then I just manure from the chicken coop, leaves, and leave it there all winter long. And this is all you see for weeds. And then I start my little garden here for onions. Out here on my homestead, I also raise food for my 2 married children and my grandchild, and this is something I'm so happy. My son designed a greenhouse for me for outside, and we're just now putting it up this spring, so got a lot of work to do with it. And over here I started another garden bed here with my onions. So far I've got about 225 onions planted and some garlic. Again, over on this side of the greenhouse, I had laid down leaves, and now I have a whole bunch of dried grass. Over here, as you see, I did not plow the whole garden. I only plowed the strips where I'm going to plant my beans and my potatoes and stuff. Where you see the leaves at, those would be my walkway. So this garden here, along the side of the garage, is a special garden. And the reason for that is I like to grow hot peppers. Habaneros, California Reapers. I make hot sauces, you name it. So, and the reason why I keep it way on the other side of the property is because of the cross-pollination. Bees will make my other peppers very hot. Actually, one year I made a mistake and I planted my watermelon right next to my hot peppers, and we had some spicy watermelon. Couldn't believe it. So, also here on my little homestead, you'll see a bunch of 55-gallon drums, and I use this to pump water from the pond. So, which I'll show you in a later video on what I do with that. So I have all these little drums around different parts of my garden and around, and so that way I have easy access to water. I try not to use my water hose. I try to use all the water from the pond, which has all the goose droppings and some pretty good fertilization. Give you an example with the leaves. We pull them back, and you can see here where we planted our cabbage. And after we plant the cabbage, go ahead, Toby. We put the leaves right back. We surround the cabbage, and that helps keep the moisture in and helps keeps like a weed barrier. Here, I've got my peas planted down through here. And as you see, the leaves, it makes a great weed barrier. Okay, after I get my garden planted, and then I take all the grass clippings I can from neighbors, family, whoever, and I lay the grass clippings down on the plants here. And what this does, it kills out any of the weeds that's down below, and then maintains the water moisture. So a lot of times I don't have to, water my garden. Okay, I'm really excited about how the garden's growing. Previous videos I showed you about the grass laying down thick grass and everything like that. And this is about after 3 weeks of planting. Here are my potatoes. And today I went back through here, and after I laid the grass down, and then I went back through here and put straw down so that if any tomatoes emerge up above the ground, that'll help shade them. And if you noticed on my plants, my potatoes, you don't see no bug holes, no bugs, nothing. And again, that is my natural repellent that I have used. I made my bug repellent out of tea tree oil and water. So, and again, here I'm going to show you my beans here. Again, here's my beans. Again, I laid grass down on my beans and turn around and put straw. The reason why you got to put the straw down on the beans is because when you go pick beans, if the grass gets wet, it sticks to the beans. This way it doesn't stick by putting the straw down. So far I'm really excited about how the garden's going. The cabbage here, again, they're about ready to pick. You hardly see any bug holes. And my peas over here in the garden, in about a week my peas should be ready to pick. And again, once I pick the peas, then I'll prepare the soil and make more peas, or plant more peas. So, and these are my peas. Again, here's my kale. Just beautiful. Again, just a little bit of spray of the tea tree oil. Now once a week I do go back, even my flowers, even the leaves on my flowers. So, oh, I have somebody I want you guys to meet in my garden. And what's his name again? Bob. Okay. Bob needs a makeover. So I gotta go to the store, the thrift stop, and trying to find something for Bob. This is Bob, everyone. Bob's my friendly scarecrow that my father made me. I've had him for years. And again, he needs a good makeover. Bob became a, let me get a better shot. Okay, there's Bob. Oh, where'd you go, Bob? There you go. So Bob is about 6 feet tall. Okay, we all know that cabbage and broccoli and Brussels sprouts and stuff, they do not do well in the hot heat. So I'm going to show you what I do every year with mine. I'm sure you can use shade cloths and everything like that. And I have a nosy husband right back here watching. Okay, we all know that cabbage and broccoli and all that, they do not like the heat. And so I've had success in doing this every year with mine. I'm sure you can use shade cloths and everything like that. And but this is a cheap way, and this is what I've done, and I've always had some great cabbage. Okay, plain old sheets with clips. I shade it from the sun. Okay, I plant my cabbage up against the fence, and then I cut a sheet and I put a sheet up over with clamps, and then that way in the afternoon when the sun comes through the other way, it's not so hot and they can get some shade from that, and then the peas help give it some shade. At the other end of the fence I have done the same thing, and at the top of the sheets I do cut like slits, so when it rains, the rain will fall down through and not weigh the sheets down. So have that end, and then down here. Okay. And here is an update on my, these are the candy onions. I planted these back in February. These here, I have them up in a raised garden box. I got to tell you about the raised garden box here. Okay, in the raised garden box here, I do have a special needs son. He's 24, and My husband helped him build this box for me, just so we can plant onions and carrots in it. So it's a special box for me. It's not the prettiest box, but you know, this would be my 4th year with it. And let me show you. Now these over here are my sugar snap peas, sugar daddy peas we've already been eating, and I'm already harvesting my cabbage. So, and this beauty here is going to be getting harvest probably by tomorrow morning. Okay, I always plant my tomato plants along my cattle panel. I do pound a stake in them to get them supported to start with, and then as they get bigger, I run the leaves through the cattle panel, which gives them more support. I started these seeds. I started these tomatoes with seeds from last year. I planted about 21 tomato plants. Last year, I started collecting seeds. So I got some tomato seeds and pepper seeds, green beans, soup bean seeds, and so this is all new to me. And so I raised some celery and some onions, and here I'll show you what I got this year. I didn't harvest, I left the celery right in the ground last year, let it winterize, and this is how it came up. Okay, and see right here, if I can get it zoomed in a little closer. From my understanding that the flowers, they'll produce seeds, and then I'll have seeds for next year. But if you have any comments or any suggestions for me, leave them in the comments below. Thank you. Okay, in this container here, I planted these last year and I let them winterize. I have the Walla Walla onion, the sweet onion, and the candy apple onion. I think I said that right, I forget. So these, I guess, will bloom out to beautiful flowers, and then you'll have thousands of seeds in them. Okay, I'm going to end this video for this week with the garden from the beginning to where I've already accomplished. But I do want to let you know about some upcoming videos that I'm in the progress of making. I am expected to be grandma again, and I've always made baby food for my own children, and I also have a grandchild that I had made baby food, and so I am so looking forward to making baby food again for little Zeke that's coming up. So, and I'm going to be having a series on how to can baby food as each vegetable and fruit comes through the summer. And I'm in the process of also making a cookbook about canning baby food. So in the other video I'll be having is, again, I told you I'd be processing or picking my peas. And for us, I prefer to freeze the peas because I have other more use to use on freezing peas, stuff like stir fries and that. Okay, I want to thank you for being able to share this video with you. And if you have any comments or any suggestions about the seeds, hit the like button and hit the subscribe. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the upcoming videos.